very, very specific areas that they can look at, and often those areas will overlap with the work of the SFO. So from our point of view, it's really important that the new FMA and the SFO have a clear understanding about who will be responsible for what, how we will coordinate investigations, and who will bring charges and with what priority.
Now, I think, am I right in saying you've been at the SFO about a year now?
No, 6 months.
6 months,
Yeah.
okay. That's
That
gone
like
quick. Yeah. There's been quite a bit of restructuring. You announced some new appointments last week. What's the main plan behind this restructuring?
Probably a range of things. First and foremost, to get a structure in place that can manage the workload that SFO has, and I don't think the old structure did that. We didn't have the breadth of management positions and probably the breadth of management skills that we needed. And so obviously coupled with that, part of the restructuring was to get a good balance of managerial skills and technical skills in there. And probably also, I think, to give SFO two focuses rather than a relatively broad but undefined focus. And by that I mean we now have two teams, one working primarily in the financial markets and corporate fraud, which in many senses is what SFO was originally set up to do, and the other team focusing on more general fraud, bribery and corruption matters. So I think that will give the respective teams a better focus and a more manageable workload.
And on the funding side, are you happy with the amount of money that the SFO is getting from the government at the moment?
Well, a public servant is always very careful to say he or she is not claiming more money. Look, our budget is our budget. And I think the issue for us is to ensure that we can work effectively with our budget. Now, part of my strategy in that regard has been to ensure that we clear the backload of cases we've had, because that workload relative to the resources we had was simply not manageable. So we have got, we've developed a new business plan which the essence of which is we will do fewer cases, but we will do better cases and we'll do them faster. And I think that's the right focus for SFO. It's not a high volume business. We focus on the top end cases that require a lot of technical resource, relatively speaking, a lot of time, and produce good results. And by good I mean they're the sorts of cases that have a broad public impact in terms of confidence in New Zealand's investment markets.
And the ones that perhaps involve a lot of money?
Certainly it's likely that cases with large losses are going to have that public interest factor. Not necessarily always. There may be cases with relatively small losses where there's a big public interest and vice versa. But yeah, generally public interest and high dollar value go hand in hand.
Well, thanks for coming in, Adam. It's Adam Feeley, the Director of the Serious Fraud Office, and I'm Gareth Vaughan from interest.co.nz.